Good morning, afternoon, or evening, ladies and gentlemen, all in crypto here, and welcome back, guys, for another YouTube video. Today, this is a bit of a surprise video. We are going to be covering what is taking place with Binance, with Bitcoin clogging up and essentially overheating, which I don't think is a very good look at all. The amount of withdrawals we've seen with Binance, they temporarily closed Bitcoin withdrawals, which is never a good thing for a centralized exchange to do. It really casts a lot of doubt, I think, whenever an exchange does that. Now, we've been massive champions of Binance throughout this entire bear market. With all the FUD that's hit it, we've said we like CZ and we think Binance is a sound platform. I don't like the fact that they've temporarily closed Bitcoin withdrawals. However, I think this is to do with the Bitcoin network itself and not Binance as an exchange. They're just trying to solve that problem. But there's never a dull moment in the crypto space, guys. Some of you may have been here for a couple of years. I've been here for 5+ years at this point. And honestly, it's continued. It's never ending, the kind of volatility of the cryptocurrency market, usually based on things like what we're going to talk about today. So the market is, of course, down. Now, we are long and strong crypto. You know, we took a position back at the start of the year and we still maintain and very comfortable with that position, and ultimately think that you're going to see quite a bit of upside for the cryptocurrency market over the remainder of this year. I think 40k plus is coming for Bitcoin. And that this volatility is all happening around about 30k, and we've got the CPI on Wednesday and so on and so forth. But today, none of the other markets have particularly sold off, making me think that this isn't an external reasoning for the cryptocurrency market to sell off. I think it's internal. You also have Celsius that people have started withdrawing from there. And of course, we now have the Binance news, which is weighing pretty heavy. And of course, the Bitcoin network news, which is actually weighing pretty heavy on the crypto space. Over 400,000 transactions unconfirmed. It's interesting. We'll unpack it all, guys. Let's get into it. We've temporarily closed Bitcoin withdrawals due to a large volume of pending transactions. Our team is currently working on a fix and will reopen BTC withdrawals as soon as possible. Rest assured, funds are safer. So I do think funds are safe on Binance. I think Binance is a target, definitely from the SEC's point of view, you know. But then again, is anybody really taking what Gary Gensler is saying seriously anymore after his grilling in Congress? But ultimately, they've temporarily withdrawn or suspended withdrawals. And we've seen breaking Binance outflow data confirms largest withdrawals in its history. Over 162,000 BTC has left the exchange, valued at over 4.6 billion. Are Wales insiders jumping ship? Now, you've got to love the media, guys. And I do it myself. You know, we can often use extravagant titles and thumbnails. You know, it's how this game works, unfortunately, guys. Don't hate the player, hate the game. But I don't think this is Wales jumping ship. And actually, Binance came out and said, we are aware that some data showing a large volume of outflows from Binance. This outflows are actually movements between Binance hot and cold wallets due to BTC address adjustment. And you can go on here and see this. Please refer to DeFi Llama data for accurate information regarding Binance wallet movement. We'll go and check that out. We'll let that load whilst we're having a look at some other data. So always be careful what you hear in the news. It's like people saying that, you know, this is a worse crisis than 2008 in terms of banking. That is not correct. It is in terms of monetary value, but that money, you know, we have 10x the money supply that we had back then. And they're not that far off. You know, we don't have 10x more or even 2x more money lost in this banking crisis in the prior. Yeah, it could get a lot worse, but I think that's a bid for Bitcoin and crypto, which is an anti-fiat. However, an anti-fiat that clogs up and that prices skyrocket on, same with Ethereum, is not a good look. So there are some FUD about BTC withdrawal issues. Here is why Bitcoin network fees are fluctuating an 18x in a month. The screenshot is a Google Translate version. Yesterday, the Bitcoin full net handling fees exceeded 400 BTC, an increase of nearly 18 times from a month ago. Blockbeats News, May the 8th, which is today. According to BTC.com data, yesterday, Bitcoin full web handling fee, 403.9 BTC, continued to grow trend since the end of April. Compared with 1 day full web handling fees of 21.89 BTC on April the 8th. A month ago, it's an increase of nearly 18%. So what the hell is going on here? It's certainly interesting. I do like CZ. I think he's very transparent. He comes out and lets the markets know what his thoughts are, and if there is an issue or if he thinks that things are fine. So the outflows of Binance appear to just be going to oh wow. This really, I think, puts it into perspective. Weekly. That actually it's not that bad. Remember all that FUD with BUSD and things like this? Whereas this clearly, you can see actually according to DeFi Llama, Binance is relatively unchanged. So that these outflows are Binance and that there's issues with the Bitcoin network. There are 400,000 pending transactions on the Bitcoin network, and Binance halted transactions due to the congestion and high fees. I've been warning people of this for months, and righteous Bitcoin maxis have kept their mouth shut because they can't admit Bitcoin has any flaws. I always tell, so on and so forth. Yeah. It is true. This is an issue that actually I didn't have my eye on with Bitcoin. But how can something be a global reserve? And the problem with Bitcoin is you can't upgrade it. You can just add to it with things like Lightning, right? Which is kind of solving the problem. But Bitcoin itself, how is that going to become a global store of value if, things like this happen? You've got 4,900 and the fees are ridiculous to even send transactions. It then becomes an issue where it creates an issue and doesn't quite solve some of the issues. But this is why never a bad opportunity to try and make yourself look good. This is why, we're very bullish on smart contract cryptos. Layer 1s, layer 0s, layer 2s, very bullish on that space because I think that they solve a lot of the problems. And even with Bitcoin, you'll be able to send Bitcoin in a layer 2, basically, and there'll be a way to trustlessly verify that that is Bitcoin eventually. So, that appears to be all the news. I'd sit tight. The outflows are explainable. That's Binance sending it from their hot to their cold wallet. And just think about that, right? Who the hell is leaving $4.6 billion on Binance? What whale is doing that? I don't think many. Why would insiders, if they were jumping ship, they'd be selling it. And you'd see it hit the exchanges. Whereas I'd be willing to bet that this is a very low volume time for Bitcoin. The weekend we sold off. You got a fair few things going on with Celsius and whatnot. Guys, please watch out for my daily cryptocurrency market update. We will cover this in a little bit more detail. You guys know that I'm still bullish on the crypto space. I think altcoins are at great prices still. And ultimately, I don't think this is an opportunity that's going to be here for that much longer. But according to DeFi Llama, Binance's TVL has really not changed. And you can see all the assets. Always alarms me just how much how much Tron Binance actually holds. But hey ho, assets by class. And I think this is quite a trustable source. So the outflows are explainable. The Bitcoin network itself is having issues and is clogging up and overheating. Let's go on CZ's page and quickly just see if there's anything else before we move on. Bitcoin is unusable. Why not just use something else like BSV? I don't know quite why you do that. Gas prices fluctuate and go up. Transactions get stuck. Fees go up. People complain. Bull market issues. Look on the bright side, though. Still faster and cheaper than fiat. Not really. At this point, if I want to send my mate $100 on my banking app, I can do that for free, very, very fast. And this is where we need to get to be able to compete. And I don't think Bitcoin can do that without add-ons and problems being solved. That's all I've got for you guys. Now you know exactly what's going on. Don't panic. As always, we're continuing to buy in DCA in at these prices. And ultimately what you guys decide to do is entirely up to you. On that note, I'm going to love and leave you. See you all in the daily cryptocurrency market video, hopefully. And if you're new to the channel, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. It does always help me out. And yeah, have a magic Monday, guys. See you in the next one.